East Asian families, we have like a one dish and there's like a
communal chopstick.
Communal chopsticks. But we're at raves, like this goes in everybody's nostrils and
Well, we call communal water. I would say communal water is probably worse than
the slobbing of saliva over the like mouthpiece for the water packs, and then it's like here, and you're just like, I'll just change it.
One time, someone thought it was a vape and put it in their mouth. I'm like, no.
The amount of time.
No.
I've gone a lot of
Welcome back to the Back and Body Hurts Rave Podcast, where we talk about all things EDM related. We are a podcast for ravers by ravers, so we appreciate you for tuning in. Yay! So today we have two special guests from a very special local business, Kokyuu. So would you like to introduce yourselves?
Okay.
Hi, I'm Jasmine.
I'm Lilian. And we are the 2 out of 4 founders of Kokyuu.
And then we have our regular hosts and co-hosts. To my left is...
Benny.
The format's a little different.
And then behind the cameras we have...
Hey, Sonny.
And then me, Ekern.
Different camera.
This is a little different. I came back from a 2-week bender and I don't know how to act, so...
We have an extra mic, so that's why Ekern's holding it too, so it's like...
So we'll start off with our introduction. We'll go through your rave journey and rave histories. Who would you like to start first?
I can start.
Okay.
So I started raving in 2018. So my first festival was Veld. Of course, I feel like a lot of people's first festival is Veld.
Most of our guests are too.
Yeah,
Everyone that comes on is like,
It's just Veld.
And we will promote
festival.
Veld as a great festival to bring anyone new.
My first festival was
Confirmed.
Dreams.
Close enough.
DD.
It does not exist anymore, so it's out of the question.
It got absorbed by Valve, so basically.
Essentially got absorbed.
Same vibes, hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, I started my rave journey there, and then started going to more festivals. I was more festival based first, and then COVID hit. Of course, we suffered, but then I think that actually allowed me to learn a lot more artists, get to know what kind of music I was more interested in. And then once COVID lifted, I went off. I think a lot of people.
What'd you start off with, and then what happened during COVID for music-wise?
I was very big room. So
First DJs like Alesso, Martin Garrix,
Marshmallow, 2018. So I remember it was funny. I tell people all the time that the reason I wanted to rave wasn't, of course I love the music, but I also wanted to dress up. Because I remember seeing people dress up. I'm like, this is fun.
It's a big thing. That's
Yeah.
Christine on our fashion episode, Christine and Jess is all about rave fashion. In fact, I think she's more about the rave fashion than the actual music half the time too. But which is that's part of the scene, right? That's one of the nice
Getting ready is really fun.
I usually wear loungewear, but I go all out at raves. So
It's
you've progressed too over the years
progressed,
too. You used to be in fact, Christine technically started up as a European raver. Just simple
crop top and
techno
biker
black.
shorts.
Simple
vibes.
clothes, and now she's full on to the rave fashion.
Love
So
that.
it's good.
But and the festival started going to a lot more shows, and I started with, of course, the main stagers, Marshmallow, of course, Martin Garrix, and then I slowly progressed into, of course, the melodic dubstep and everything. So I love jumping festivals. I think my goal is to definitely visit a bunch, of course, the States, but now I'm of course interested in going overseas. There's new ones like Ember Shores and Paradise Blue at resorts.
Yeah.
So that's where it's going, and definitely will be in it for a bit.
Yeah, she I look at her her pages. She has a little raves page.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's I wish I had more time to put my effort into that, even though raving is such a big part of my life. So she has a bunch of brand ambassador I look at it from time to time, so it's very interesting. Yeah,
I treat it as a little library of because I have all these pictures on my phone, and I'm you know what, I might as well just kind of create another thing for myself, mostly just so I can kind of go back and be oh, this was fun, I did this. It's a little bit of a reminder, but also
it's a photo album.
Yeah.
That's how I do my stories too. I do my stories for myself, so I can go
So
back and click it and be oh yeah, this is the highlight of the festival.
Her rave fam does their own jerseys, and it's so cute. It was dino.
The dinos,
Yeah, they're so cute.
Send us a picture. We'll put it in the video.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm dead. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's been fun. I think definitely I created a great friend group from our rave fam for sure. And outside of raving, we do so much stuff. So I definitely, and then just connecting with people like you guys and just kind of getting to know what the scene is locally. It's just been really cool to see how the music and how the industry progresses in the city. So
yay, happy to have you.
Woo.
And then Jazz.
Me?
The baby raver.
Yeah, I'm a baby
Toddler.
raver. Yeah.
Toddler, she says.
I like to say toddler, even though I started last year, but it's okay. But I started off with I think my first like small rave, or do you consider like a rave
like a local
Like a
show?
club?
Yeah, there's a show. Yeah, I was at Rebel for Griffin.
Oh,
So
okay,
I
yeah.
started for Griffin.
That's a show.
Was that the
The
June
show.
show last year?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was Thursday.
Yeah,
The Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
That was Thursday. Yeah, I went there. I was
Yeah,
there.
we were there.
I was pretty sauced. We had like a left front booth, and it was like pretty like
On
it
a
was somebody's
Thursday?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
a
man.
birthday.
You needed a
Yeah,
booth
I
for that
didn't-
show.
yeah.
I didn't
It
know
was
what to expect, so I was like, should I drink? Should I go sober? What do I do? I just drank.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
okay. It was
that's
chill. It was
fun,
fun.
That's a great first.
Yeah.
Griffin's a good entry level artist.
No, they're
Yeah.
he's so fun.
Because
Yeah.
people who've been in the journey for a while already still like Griffin. Yeah, so
To this day, like it's only been a year. I still love him.
yeah.
Yeah.
You always appreciate your first artist you see. I always
Yeah.
find that no matter how far it is. Like my first artist was deadmau5, even though I don't really listen to deadmau5 as much nowadays, I still appreciate
Of course.
being like the first artist.
That's
I saw.
why like I'm really excited for Vel because it has all of my starter packs. It has Griffin. It has Arm & Hammer, Davin.
Mm.
Those are all my starter packs. So
So she hasn't diverted far yet as a toddler. She's
Yeah.
still on the melodic
Yeah, not
phase.
in the dark
Don't
I
worry.
tap into the bass sometimes. Like I headbang with my friends.
Oh,
I try to.
She hasn't gotten to bass. That's interesting because usually bass and melodic go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And then you listen to melodic bass, but yeah,
And then all roads lead to techno.
and trance.
I heard apparently.
Yeah.
That is-
It took me 9 years to get into techno.
Wow.
'Cause I-
No,
made
that's
it.
fair. I feel
She
like
made
that's
it.
too.
She made it.
I've been to
Ooh.
Vertigo, like Comfort
Oh,
Zone,
wow.
like the old CZ, and
yeah.
it was just like a weird bopping sober
Yeah.
for like about 8 hours, and then
At
now
first,
I'm just,
it's like not that great, and then once you get into it, you're like, okay, yeah, this
Yeah.
is really great.
but
You
like
can see it,
I
you
prefer
feel it.
hard
Yeah.
techno over techno.
I appreciate a hard techno drop.
Yeah.
Like I could get into that during like some sets, but like
Yeah.
for me, like at the moment,
It's the bridge.
It's the bridge,
The
yeah.
hard techno is the bridge, and this is I have some stubborn bass friends that won't get into hard techno.
No,
I'm just
no,
like,
no.
but the amount of like similarities
It's-
of like
yeah.
the hard drops.
That's what
in
we were
bass
saying.
Yeah.
Is
Oh
like
my god.
is so like I'm just like stop being stubborn and just like hard techno.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to let it
yeah, you'll get
change
there.
you.
it'll come. I think it'll
You just
come.
have
at
to let
some
it
point.
like consume you.
Yeah. Just not yet.
I
It's
was
coming.
I was into I said before we started, like I was into melodic for a good like 5 years before I was like peace. Yeah.
Really? You don't listen to it as often as before.
No,
or-
no. Like I avoid Millennium shows. Like
Really?
like but my favorite DJ is Seven Lions. So,
sure.
like,
That will never change.
Yeah, that will never change.
Seven
Trust
Lions.
me.
Yeah, that's one of my top.
Yeah,
two.
so yeah, if anybody wants to come to Red Rocks with me in September.
Red Rocks is beautiful.
Yeah. Have you been there?
I went for Griffin last year.
Oh,
Yeah.
when was that?
He had a live tour last October, so it's just magical. Like it's actually very cool. Denver is very boring, but then Red Rocks is beautiful. So I would go just for Red Rocks.
People go there for Red Rocks and to snowboard or ski.
yeah.
It's a natural acoustic, which is kind of that's
Yes.
the one thing. They just had the Dead Rocks this weekend. Which
Dead
Oh
is
yes,
Rocks,
my
sick.
yeah.
friends went.
Looks
Yeah.
sick.
What have you been to the Gorge?
Not yet, but that's definitely
Because
on the
it's like
list.
the Gorge and Red Rocks, like they're comparable. Like
Oh, really?
Like,
Wow.
In terms of like, because it's in a scenic. Like,
It's more the scenic venues. Those
Yeah.
are the
Yeah.
two scenic venues, and
Yeah.
I would consider Ultra scenic too with Bayfront main stage.
Debatable.
You
know what I-
Debatable.
before I went to Ultra, I looked at the videos of Ultra. I'm like, this gives Escapade.
You know
The
what?
buildings behind it,
I agree.
Not enough tall
minus the
buildings.
palm trees.
Okay, so being in the scene long enough, the reason why is because they were the first people to properly do videos for festivals.
I can
Like
see
live
that.
viewers.
So
Yeah,
like
yeah,
if you
yeah,
go
yeah.
back to like 2013, you can find an Ultra video, and that's why Bayfront is iconic. If they started now, it wouldn't be as good. But like because it started off in the video at that point, that's why it's iconic. That's why like you have some legendary sets like the old Hardwell 2014 set. This is how you know I've been long. Because one of my first traveling festivals was Ultra for that reason. Yeah.
So Jazz, like, do you have any festivals or like any DJs you're itching to see that's like not on the Veld lineup and not Veld?
Not Veld. That's hard. I guess it's like the people that we missed on the last day of Escapade.
Who was
yeah.
it?
Oh wait, the Slender's going to Veld, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Subtonics, we'll see him again. I think
Subtonics.
Chainsmokers. I think I really wanted to see Alley Cat. I missed her like too many
they
times.
They were at Forest, very good.
Which is funny because Levity was also, and then I think they just literally
Levity-
flew from E4 to Escapade,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
That's essentially what happens that weekend. Some of those
Yes.
artists are literally go in between, which is
Yeah.
kind of weird because like both are in not major cities.
Yes.
but some
Seven
drive too.
Yeah, 7 lions flew straight from Escapade to Electric Forest. So I'm pretty
Wow.
sure he had some type of like private helicopter or something.
Millennium, I think, did a show right after Escapade on the same day because
Yeah.
of the time difference.
Was
So
this the 2021 one?
no,
Or
sorry, this is like
this
last
year?
weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I forgot where he went, but it was like
He
back
got
to
sick.
back.
He
The
got
most-
sick.
And they got sick.
The most crazy one I've seen recently was, it was like Izu, I think 2022, when Armin came to Rebel. Armin closed Izu, took a private
Stop.
plane, and came to Rebel. That's how crazy. Like like the festival closed at like 11, and he started the Rebel set at 1. So he literally had the plane
Insane.
ready to go, like helicopter, plane, and to Rebel, which is actually wild.
So Moonrise 2019, I was supposed to be seeing 7 lions, and I got so pissed because he was flying from Illusonic to like Maryland, Baltimore. But what happened was he got stuck at, I think, JFK because of Donald Trump. And I was like, bruh, and we didn't get to see 7 lions. So he did not take a private jet. But yeah.
So just to jump back onto the topic, can you wait, a little bit on a tangent?
Tangents are great.
Can
though.
you describe and tell us a little bit about your product?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, dive straight into it now.
Your process
So-
of developing it and all.
So they're Kokyuu sticks. We like to say Kokyuu. Very similar to Vic sticks. They're like menthol, very
Fruity.
fruity. Yeah,
You guys
we
can
like
actually
to
try it.
Yeah, we
We
like to
brought some for you
stay
guys.
in like the fruity scents, just because a lot of people get tired of like
Oh, thank you.
menthol.
Yeah.
I'm sick, so.
No. These actually
I
for you
need
guys to
this.
keep.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
my
It's
God.
true, yeah. Most of them are menthol.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
Oh, I like.
Yeah, they don't really have like other
Wait, trade.
brands.
Trade.
They don't have any other like
I like that one.
variety of scents. So we tried to
Yes.
stick with like fruity,
Yeah.
tropical.
Yeah. So it just kind of changes the way of like kind of, because I know we all know this is like a rave essential. Like we just have these regardless just to kind of freshen up, reset our mindset because they could get a lot at festivals. So the one you have is apple and the one you have I think is cherry. And the one I gave you was coconut. So
This is way different from Vicks.
I still have it from Escapade.
yeah, we met up.
This is stronger than the B brand.
Yes. So the cool thing about it is that we actually have strength levels if you order on our site. So
Which
we
one is
have
this one?
That's cherry.
Oh, no, that's
no,
strength
that's
level.
moderate. I think.
The
I
moderate,
just-
yeah.
Oh, this is not the highest one.
No.
Okay.
They're fresh batches. That's
Yeah.
why. Yeah.
So we have like from like mild, medium to I guess strong strength, which is just the
Yes.
menthol or the strength. So that's why it can smell a little lighter if you like just more of a lighter scent, or strong if you like really like to freshen up.
Can I smell that one?
Oh, okay. I told you I'm sick.
So this is helping her out a lot right now.
Yeah. Some people prefer like stronger menthol or less menthol. Some people are just like really sensitive to it.
But
So
that's good because you are right. Like now that I think about it, most are menthol. So like I guess you guys saw the market was there that no one had a flavor because I think of it like scented candles.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
sense of that, like you could have. I mean, I don't know if there's a menthol scented.
Well, similar
candle,
vibes, yeah,
still,
yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the different scented candles will provide different like
Yeah.
everyone's different.
What's your
notes.
favorite?
mine, I think it was it was like the apple one. Yeah, apple to
yeah.
apples.
Yeah.
I actually like cherry, so I think that's why you probably decided to get these. But yeah, but essentially, like I think you guys probably know of the other. There's a lot of I know there's a lot of brands. There's like Rave Essentials. There's Boom Boom. I
Boom
know
Boom,
like
Boom
we
Boom.
all know that one. But I personally purchased from them before, and of course I think we know that they're actually American based, which is great. But I feel like after kind of chatting with our team, we were like, oh, I think we're missing this in Canada or just locally, because personally we haven't seen anything like this in like locally, and of course duties, taxes, shipping, like that adds up, and that ends up being like another like $15 on top of what you actually pay for. So-
Essentially, like doubling the price.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just gonna chime in a little. I'm
Yeah.
really glad that you guys started this because we had like the same mindset for our podcast. And then, like you've seen lately, we're not gonna name names yet. Hopefully, we'll get them on our podcast. But there's been like recently there's like a rave clothing platform that sells like the American outlet like rave clothes, and also like there's like a local DIY rave fit like page coming up on Instagram, like they're a store. So it's like there's a lot of these things popping up for our market, so like very hopeful. Thank you for making
Of
this.
course. How do you guys like it?
Oh, I'm
actually
gonna dose this all
Okay.
episode.
No, I personally like it because like scented candles, like
Yeah.
like just it gives me that sensation. It's just different, right?
Yeah.
Plus, I guess you can have it for like different days if you just want to one day smell like this and another day
little
have different
refresh.
session.
I'm sick right now, so
Yeah, it keeps them exciting. I feel like because menthol's great. We love the Vicks, but I feel like it's nice to add a little bit of flavor, a little bit of spice.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh, let's add a little bit of flavoring or a little bit of scents. And the craziest thing in a way is that it's actually very simple to make. It's literally menthol and essential oils. So
we
you're
love
not,
transparency.
Yeah, no, literally, and it's funny because everyone's kind of like asking like, oh, is this something? Is this
harmful?
It's harmful.
Special
Like
ingredient.
what's in here? But
All natural.
all natural.
That's great.
But yeah, and then
It's actually kind of smart because like one of the things that I've seen in festivals and a lot of people, they vape. They use vape for the flavor.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like
It's
a
not-
fruity
it's-
taste.
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
vape often.
So
I just like that sensation.
Recently-
Yeah.
this is sort of like a vape, but not a. This is like a.
like a replacement.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
replacement. Yeah,
Um,
ish.
Because vaping
Rec-
is technically bad for you.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
not bad for you
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
sense of like it's like
Natural.
once again, yeah.
Yeah.
Recently, I've been seeing people like inhale vapes through their nostrils.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
That's
nasty.
unique.
Like straight?
That
That's
sounds
weird.
nasty.
Yeah, they're
we don't
like-
But
condone
once
any
again,
action.
They're not doing it for the vape. They're doing it for the sensation.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think just having like the whole flavor, the whole act of flavor just makes it like a lot interesting because like for me at festivals I like to chew gum and then I chew gum until it becomes like sort of a fidget thing to do. So I just chew until like 7-8 hours. And sometimes the gum explodes.
I know.
But like
Yeah.
you have some of these different things to kind of re-flavor the effect of having to chew gum.
yeah, it grounds you. And I feel like what's like puts our brand off from others is like we have menthol levels, and not a lot of people can take like the strong menthol. So I feel like it's a good.
What are the levels?
So there's moderate.
Is that also moderate or?
I think both of them.
They're
are
both moderate. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's like a mild,
Oh,
moderate.
so you get
and
stronger.
Yeah.
What about this
People
one?
like the strong one.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
That one
You-
felt
you don't
pretty
have
strong.
it.
That one felt pretty
I
strong.
think that might have been strong. Yeah.
So,
Because you don't have it indicated here.
yeah.
so are all the flavors available in different levels, or they're like specific?
You can choose.
They're custom.
So yeah,
Yeah.
very
Okay.
custom.
So one day if you want to like get a little like have a little strength, you can choose an apple one that's strong. But if you want to have a coconut, you can like choose mild. So they're actually very customizable.
So do you have them like already like manufactured produced because like since there's like so many levels and flavors because like it might like just affect your production time or efficiency like on
Not really yet. We did a lot of testing to see what's
It-
like suitable.
It really smells like what. So the apple one actually smells like apple, and the coconut one actually smells like
Yeah, it's
coconut.
true.
Yeah.
we actually our founder James, he actually creates them, like he makes them.
Yeah.
The only thing we manufacture or like kind of ship out are the actual like tubes. We actually like spent a lot of time like trying to set the levels, like how much essential oil should we put, how much menthol, or is this too strong for the mild, is this too like mild for the strong? So
Like, Liz, smell this.
yeah, really, our nose was feeling some ways after the end of the day, but
so they're
That was actually
prepackaged.
that was actually my next question. Do you like actually do them at your home to like mix the?
Is it
mixture?
handmade?
Yeah. Because
Yes.
you said that the manufacturer goes with the casing.
yes, exactly. So all the actual production, like just creating the smell, the menthol and everything, that's we create that from scratch. But the labels, of course, we order and all that stuff. But we're actually like hand wrapping the labels and everything. So when it says handmade, low key, like it's actually a little bit handmade because
Yeah.
we're really like
Made with love. Is
We're
what we
made-
call it.
yes,
Made with love.
exactly.
Made with
Yeah,
love.
what I was trying to ask is, since you guys do it custom, does it cost you more time, or you have pre-made like packages?
I don't think we've gotten there yet.
Oh,
it's all
yeah.
handmade, yeah. So I feel
yeah.
like it's at this point it's just more time.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
spend time.
Because this is
creating each
month
one.
2 now, right? You guys
You
soft
guys
launched in May.
Yes,
May,
correct.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is now month 2, so you guys are like
Mm-hmm.
getting a feel. Once again, you're good time to launch right in the full festival
Yeah.
season, right?
That
so
was our
like,
goal,
So
like,
then you'll have
pre-DC.
more metrics once you
So-
go through
Yes.
festival season.
How long was this in the making?
The idea kind of sparked the beginning of the year, I would say. It was just kind of chatting amongst like because we love the Vicks. We loved having that in a hand, but it's kind of, we wanted to kind of create more of that product. So
It's kind of like a what if?
Yeah, what if moment.
there's-
So you know what was funny? Before, I know you guys did soft launch in May, but I think it was at Jason Ross. I think me and Benny were there, and we didn't know. we didn't know at the we didn't know at the time. We just realized because when we went through the Instagram page, it's like, wait a minute, that video looks familiar.
Really?
That
Oh my
you
God.
They
took.
saw it live.
Because we're like, what is this?
It's
This
like,
is
oh,
a-
we should do something like this.
Yeah, because at that time we're full swing in the
my
podcast,
gosh.
and we're like, because we've been talking about doing interviews at like, we thought that was like an interview in general for like some social media, like a different social media
Yeah,
thing,
yeah, yeah.
and now we realize, oh,
It's
that was
us.
actually for the product, which
Yeah.
was like, it was funny at that moment because we were literally standing, I think, right next to you,
We were really
That's so
right
funny.
behind
Yeah,
you.
That's so
yeah.
funny.
and we were just like, me and Benny were just talking. It's like, that's a good idea.
Yeah, no, I think, well, we personally follow, like, a lot of, like, you know, we know our rave, like, TikTokers and everything, Wonderly and everyone, so we're just like, oh, you know what, hey, this is a way to kind of interact with our audience and get to
Yeah.
know. But during the time, we didn't even have labels. Like, we were just telling people, be like, hey, like, smell it.
Guess the scent. No
Yeah.
label, but guess it.
Not suspicious at all.
I know, but we're
Smell
like-
this.
But then again, there have been worse things said at a rave. So
Yeah, but we know everything's trusted.
Yeah.
We were also talking about like how earplugs, you know, when you unscrew that little
Yeah.
case, it kind of looks suspicious.
Yo,
You know?
yeah. Yeah, no, that was us. We were just, that was like probably our first video or something.
It was because I had like the small little mics. I was like,
Yes.
what can I do to use these? I think it would have been better if we did it like outside though.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Learning experience.
Yeah,
that's
Vel-
the thing.
Vel's
Learn-
a good-
for us too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely for Vel, we'll do that.
So it took you guys 2 years from like concept to launch. Like knowing what you know about this business, like what are some challenges you guys faced to launch the brand?
It's definitely like trying to get our name out there, like
Yeah.
we mentioned earlier, like
Yeah.
marketing. It is like the hardest part of getting like just branding everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we have that same sort of challenge. I wouldn't say issue. It's more of like a challenge that
It's more like
It's
how
part
do
of
we
the
do
journey.
what should we do in the short term to like
yeah.
do, and also long term, right? It's both, right? Because like what we do now, we may promote it like 2 weeks from now, but we also need to promote something right now at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's all timeline based, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
I
it's
think-
a lot of networking too.
Because I think as we talked about before this, I think the product part's actually the easiest part, right?
Yeah.
Like once
Yeah.
you get
Yeah.
it going,
Yes.
it's
The
the
product part
actual
is the
it's
easiest part.
actually the social media, getting the marketing aspect that's probably the hardest, which is something we're all
Connecting, yeah.
we're all
Yeah.
working off, bouncing ideas off each other. So it's
For
Yeah.
sure. I know we have a great team because each of us kind of, I guess, in a way specialize in a specific part of the company or part of the brand. But yeah, I think marketing is always the big part because I know each one of us here as well has a great circle, a network
Yeah,
around
yeah.
us. But it was kind of like squirming into the other parts of people that don't know who we are, like not necessarily from Toronto or just from the area. So definitely the challenge, but it's been fun. Like it's been a learning experience.
Where do
yeah.
you see the business going? Like bringing it at West Coast, like Vancouver, or like Montreal,
more
That's a
or
sense.
more flavors? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, scents. Sorry. Yeah.
I think that's the goal at the moment. Like luckily we have a lot of like friends and just people that really love the brand and they're bringing it over to like Faded. Like one of our friends brought it to
oh,
Faded.
that's what I was just gonna ask. Did anyone
Yeah.
do it at Faded, right? Or
Uh,
about Chasing Summer? Anything in Alberta?
We don't have a rep to go there yet, but but we have someone, we have someone to go to EI and also like Electric Forest, like they kind of did a little bit of that. So luckily we have some people kind of going around to be able to like kind of share that like Kokyuu like presence around, just not only in Ontario. But yeah, no, I think that's the goal. Like I think at the moment, just traveling. Like luckily, we're all traveling to some sort of different festival, different event. But of course, at the end of the day, our goal is, of course, is to kind of like become like a brand for the Canadian market, if not overseas.
Becoming a
And
bit
that's
essential.
once
Yeah.
again Canada made, right? So it's really good. And the packaging is really like beautiful in terms of.
Thank you.
Yeah. I will endorse this. I've been endorsing it for
Oh, please, yes, take it.
40 minutes.
As she puts
Yeah.
it in her nose, I've been
Multi-use,
endorsing it. Yeah.
multifunctional.
Who,
Leave
who
it in
designed the
there.
package?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Who designed the package?
Oh, James.
The rapper.
I think
James.
James, but we definitely all.
We all pitched in
Yeah.
our ideas and it kind of meshed into like what we have now. We had a few like trial and errors.
For sure.
Yeah, and then kind of just I'm so sorry. It kind of just ended up being that more sleek, more simple. Because before it started off like really like loud and like more colorful, but I feel like this looked more like our theme.
Yeah, because our slogan is like breathe easy, and I think, of course, what we kind of matched it up with that. There's so much stimuli festivals, and then our product is more to kind of bring you in to center, like for yourself. So of course, we wanted to kind of reflect that on our packaging, make it sleek, make it just relax, because everything's so loud around us. Like this is a good way to center ourselves to just relax and reset.
Breathe easy.
Yeah.
So the whole team is like AAPI, right?
Yeah.
So that's very nice. Like, we love supporting our like allies.
Because I will say the design is more aesthetically for like I guess more the AAPI community.
Yeah, there's like a
things
lotus.
Influences like that. Yeah, like the lotus.
And then Kokyuu means breathe in Japanese.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
How many flavors are there?
There's 8. There's 8.
8?
8 right now.
So there's apple. Can you list them for me?
1, 2, 3. Apple, coconut, cherry. There's a raspberry. There's a blueberry. Pineapple. We swear we know. There's just so many good ones to choose from every throughout the lot too. But we do have a big array of them.
Is there just like a pyrmint one?
Pyrmint. Oh, I think we're
No,
supposed to do that.
funny enough, we don't have a pyramid one.
Yeah.
Which
I would
we
like
should.
that one.
Okay, now we know.
I will order that one.
We definitely
I
have.
was saying that to James too. I was like, we should just have like one
just mint. Yeah.
non
it goes back to the social media thing. It's something you can ask the people who use it too. It's like, hey, what are you looking for in a flavor?
For sure.
What are you guys looking for?
I haven't thought that.
Have you seen that smile
Mango and
toothpaste
lychee.
thing? On Instagram, they have
I
the
think-
randomest flavors, like
Oh yes,
Yeah.
and they're like all colorful,
like
and
Kit
stuff.
Kat or something.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, have you seen the
Toothpaste.
toothpaste? There's this like
Cupcake.
toothpaste whitening brand that's always on my Instagram feed, and they literally like trial and test every single flavor on earth like they could think of.
Okay, love
Yeah,
that.
but like they have like they have this
sure.
whole like factory. Anyways, but yeah, I would look forward to mint.
Of course,
Of
yes.
course. Yeah, no, that's definitely on the come up. I
Yeah.
told James like we should definitely just have like one with no.
I feel like it's easy because you don't need another.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the goal, to kind of expand with the flavors or the scents, of
Yeah,
course.
definitely
But
want to experiment a lot. Maybe like mixing flavors and stuff like that.
But listening to the people is our goal. I think we wanted to kind of go through the first couple months just to see where
Yeah.
like our sales, and then after just reaching out to everyone to see what they want, because of course the consumers are the important people, are the ones to kind of confirm what we need to do. So
Speaking of store, where can people find you and buy your product?
We do have the link in our bio on Instagram, Kokyuu Shop. We have our fully developed website. You can order on there. We do offer deliveries within the GTA. We can ship outside of Toronto as well and Canada. Local pickup is also available. But yeah, we have.
When
our
you say
shop.
local pickup, is it by you guys?
So Markham, Scarborough, around that area.
They pick up with
Yeah.
you.
yes,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Or we can schedule anywhere because we did local drop-offs at Escapade.
yeah.
And the best way for people to coordinate is just messaging the
Yeah.
Kokyuu Instagram, and just one of you guys will
Exactly. And we have an email too, so we have a full contact customer service email as well. So yeah, just hit us up anytime.
Do you plan to do? I know right now TikTok Shop is pretty big. Are you planning to do that? Is there Instagram Shop? I'm not sure.
There is.
There is.
There is.
I don't know. Like I haven't done it before, but I'm assuming all these platforms take a cut. Like
Yeah.
yeah, like I was thinking like Etsy, like
Maybe
Yeah.
Etsy. Yeah, I think for TikTok Shop and Instagram, it doesn't get a lot of flow in the scene that we're in. Just because of the traffic on TikTok, it's always just videos. They like to see and then click. I don't know if they really look at the shop, do they? Or do you?
With their current, we do have a TikTok, but we need to be a little more active on it.
Yeah.
I think that's our challenge at the moment, like
It-
balancing
it is,
the
it's
social
same thing
media.
for us. It is like the ones we get the most active
Yes,
traction.
exactly.
Yeah. Unexpectedly too.
I
right?
think
Like, it's
TikTok
just like-
Shop. Sorry, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh no, we don't we haven't done TikTok Shop. I'm just
I
talking about
think
TikTok in general.
yeah, I think TikTok Shop is new to Canada.
I think it's new.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
I
just
think
a
that's why I've
American
never
thing.
got a chance to get
It's-
around
Me
to
too.
that.
Like a lot of my friends regularly shop on TikTok Shop in the States.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
in the
like
States.
they get a lot of like discounted items, like Lululemon, like discounted on the TikTok shops.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think definitely Instagram is our probably our main focus at the
Yeah.
moment, but of course like TikTok is a great option. But I just know that like I feel like nowadays like Instagram is a main social media platform for like so many
It's like the business one.
Yeah.
We treat ours as like the business one.
Exactly.
Then TikTok is kind of like
for funsies like
it's like
Yeah.
post everything on TikTok.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Keeping up with the trends is
It's
like,
just
so
it's
hard.
just like volume.
Yeah.
on
Yeah, it's
TikTok.
like more volume because you never know, one video might go viral
Exactly.
or something.
Yeah.
So it's really
You
good.
find it hard as a Gen Z?
It's just trying to get the right algorithm, you know, because like I try to post like on my personal TikTok because I've gone viral because I host at clubs, right?
Oh,
I don't know if
okay.
you've seen it, but there's like a lumpia video.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was me.
Yeah, yeah.
So that went pretty
Oh,
well. So I was
from-
like,
okay.
yeah, from Sorry Not Sorry. If
Oh,
you've been
okay.
there.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen the video.
Yeah, so I'm trying to like direct my account to like partying, and then maybe I can try to direct to like raves now, because I do have like a good audience, I think, hopefully, if I try.
Yeah,
I mean,
all-
it's tapped
hard.
into the local crowd because I've gotten like the video.
Mhm.
I've seen the video. Yeah.
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 But yeah, I think just that's the challenging part. Just like
You have to
trying
mix the two,
keep
which
up.
is like you have to use your own personal. Is what we find too. You have to use your own
Yeah,
to promote
exactly.
the product, and you
Yes.
have to use the product to promote your own too. Because you grow both at the same time.
Yeah.
Eventually, it's gonna help each other out.
It's always
That's really
post on the
good.
story, add tags, and just
Yeah.
Yeah.
touch
Sure.
everyone.
Yeah. All right. So we have the next set of questions.
Do you think why do you choose that tube design? This that looks like Vicks. Why do you choose this design?
Oh, this design.
Oh, like the casing?
The casing. I think generally it's just
convenient.
the most. It's convenient. I think because everyone reaches for the Vicks. So and the thing with the Vicks is a white label and we have a black label. So and it's a black packaging. So I feel like it kind of stands out in a way where it's like
You won't
like
lose it.
I wanna-
Oh, maybe you might. I don't know.
Maybe in the
Actually,
dark.
It's like in the dark.
I
A
think
lot of people loses their Vicks.
Do you think people would find it like would get it confused with the Boom Boom sticks because they're also black?
they actually changed their
They're white
packaging to
now?
white.
Yeah.
The
Boom
thing with
Boom
the
is not
white
white.
ones, it's like once it gets dirty, you can see it's dirty.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
there's
all
like,
like
on the crevices.
Yeah,
and
on the
everything.
glue. It's like on the cap.
I feel like you should add something neon onto it.
Yeah, I think everything is still like kind of up and rising, so we definitely like it's
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's a good feedback. I think like because when it gets dark, I think it could be hard to see
Yeah,
as
when
well.
you drop it,
Yeah.
it's like it's gone.
No, for sure. But I think for the cylinder like packaging, I think it's just for convenience. It's just more to connect with our.
It's like the standard.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Because we all know what Vicks is. It's the same vibe, so you want it to kind
It's
of
almost
that
same.
for
Any
now.
you guys ever thought about like bigger, smaller, or just like
We
keep
do
it as
have
one size?
plans.
You have plans?
Jazz
We
was
have
talking about
plans.
like I know we all have the bracelet. I know you were talking about doing
Yeah.
hopefully doing something like that.
yeah, we wanted to like attach like the sticks to like candy and stuff like that.
Oh.
So
Because
that'd be cute.
I know Boom Boom has a lanyard specifically for like the sticks like this.
Mhm.
Ooh,
So-
that's cute.
That's
Yeah.
cute.
Well, we're getting more inspo now, so
Yeah.
I love that.
A lot of it's in the works.
Yeah. The thing is, like, a lot of that market's untouched, so you don't know, like, Boom Boom, for example. They don't know if people actually do that until you try it, right?
Yes,
Right?
exactly.
It's like, because, like, I don't think I'd put a Vic stick on my...
For me, I did because it was so convenient, and like because you always have to keep fishing it out of your
Yeah.
bag.
You take it out like more than you think.
Yeah. So then, like, even if it's like not aesthetically pleasing, I was given one when I first purchased my Boom Booms in 2019 at EDC Vegas, at one of the merch booths in the hotels, and they gave me a complimentary lanyard, and it was like a silicone like cap that would just hold on to
Oh,
this.
is it the
So-
thing that they would put like vapes onto as well?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah,
for-
I've
See,
Wow.
that's
For
interesting,
vapes.
and that makes sense because a lot of girl fashion doesn't have pockets anyways. Whereas for guys,
true.
we have pockets, so we just keep it in our pocket
So,
and
yeah,
reach
it'll
down
just-
and just
Yeah.
pull it out. So,
So
that's
just
why
clasp
that
on.
makes sense.
So it just clasp on, and then you just like twist it out, and then you just put it back in. So
Because where else, as what you said, where else would you store it with your Rave Fit, right?
Yeah.
You have to put it in your
Stick it in
backpack.
there.
As a girl, like
yeah,
I'm-
you'd have to literally stick it in here or like find a
Literally.
place.
And like this is like kind of my like this is like holy grail. Like whenever like I need this or else I'm just gonna be lost. So I'm like putting it in my strap.
Oh,
I'm,
really?
like, I'm sticking it
Somewhere
in, like,
close to
into
you.
like somewhere where I'm just like it's just there because I wear a backpack.
Oh, yeah,
So not like I don't really wear fanny packs, which I think I should now. To
I feel
be
like
honest.
you should have like maybe like a hook
Yeah.
on your like, and then you just
Ooh, keychain.
Oh, inspo.
Yeah,
Give us ideas.
yeah, I will purchase.
For sure.
Yeah, I totally agree with you because like for me, and whenever I dress up for festivals and whatnot, I don't want anything in my pocket.
For sure.
Yeah, right.
sense.
So when you met me at Escapade, you saw how decked
He had
out
all the
my
gadgets.
backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah. All military gear.
Yeah.
Like,
So I have
everything
this.
here.
I have this little pouch where it goes in front of my strap here, and it stores all the quote unquote to go essentials. So like your gum, these sticks, and like Listerine strips, all those kinds that you just want to reach in and just pick it out. So
He has a holster too.
yeah,
for a
I
fan.
have a holster to the
Love
fan too.
that.
Like it's
It's
just
so
all
funny.
decked out.
I think it's only him. Like he has a backpack and this like chest pack harness.
Well, also
prepared.
good
He's an
rave
essential
dad.
guy.
Yeah.
He's a
rave
good
dad.
rave dad
that's
for
why
everyone.
I promote being rave auntie. Because you don't,
Same.
like you can't, like I gave up on being rave mom. Like it's too much work. I stopped wearing a water
Aunties
pack.
have all the fun, anyways.
Yeah, I stopped wearing a water pack. I'm like, you know,
I feel
like
that.
I
Moral support, auntie.
yeah, I spoke into like
It doesn't go
about.
with the fit, that's why.
Yeah,
it doesn't go with the
That's why
fit.
you stopped. That's
Yeah.
essentially why you stopped.
I talked about it in another episode. I'm like, there's so many male friends like go to
dead.
with a backpack. Like, yeah.
What's one extra like sip of
Yeah.
water from someone else?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
feel that.
It's all communal water anyway.
Exactly.
Communal water, exactly.
We'll sanitize later.
Yeah. So, how has the feedback from ravers influenced your product development? Well, we've
Like,
been
thus
doing
far,
that right
thus
now.
far.
Yeah.
The initial launch.
Yeah, so we actually had a soft launch where we kind of gave out all the Kokyuu sticks to within a week, so people could kind of get try it out, and then we had our hard launch a couple of weeks later. So from there, we reached out to like most people that, or almost everyone that purchased our product, and we actually kind of dropped like a little like reviews post a couple of weeks ago or so. But yeah, so far everything's been great so far. I know there's been a lot of talk which actually influenced our strength levels from our soft launch. So some of them thought it was a little strong, some of them thought it was a little like weaker. So we were like, you know what, we might as well just kind of make it custom so people can still enjoy it in their own way.
Oh, so on the original launch, it wasn't 2 options, it was just 1?
It was just like
One.
just standard.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So
Yeah.
you get, based on that feedback, you guys made 2 different options.
Yeah.
That's-
So, what
that's
was the
actually smart, yeah.
standard? The moderate or like light or like?
I think it varied from people because some couldn't really take the menthol, some wanted more.
Yeah.
So we kind of just like, okay, maybe we'll customize it for you guys.
I think it was just moderate from what we like said.
Yeah.
Like just moderate. But some people find it a little too soft, some people find it a little too strong. So, but yeah. And I would definitely say a flavor, I think it was like coconut.
Yeah, the coconut was not a fave in the beginning, but now it's just like it actually smells like coconut. It smells really good.
Because we got new essential oils. We like
Yeah, I was
revamped
like,
some
we
of
need to
the
fix
flavors.
this now.
Yeah.
Did you change
So-
like supplier or something, or it was still like you just changed the formula a little?
We changed the brand of the essential oils.
So the supplier.
Supplier,
Yes,
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
So the one that you gave me is the revamped.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Right.
it smells
Does
more
smell,
coconutty.
yeah.
No, it's
No, it
strong.
does
Oh,
smell
beautiful.
strong.
Okay,
That's right,
awesome.
for sure.
So it works.
Smells like coconut.
But I would say
So-
those were our feedbacks.
How would you know, like, how can you give people the chance to, when they order online, like, how would they know if they are weak level, mild level, medium level, or strong level? Like, how do you provide any, like, free returns or something like that to people who do not know their strength level at the start when they order?
I think so. I think James stated that like if it's not to their liking, we can either do store credit or like just give a new one, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it is a little subjective at the end of the day, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like we do offer like just like kind of an exchange. Like if you want another flavor or just try another scent, then we can definitely trade it off. But that's what we offer at the moment to our customers, just so everyone is able to just enjoy it in their own way.
Yeah, because right now at the end of the day, we're always open to like reviews and trying to like fix whatever we can because we're still a startup, right?
Yeah.
So whatever they want us to fix, and we'll do our best to do that, and then we'll base it off of that, and then just
To work with what you have, right?
yeah,
Exactly.
whatever we have.
So where do you see the business going? What's
good
the vision for the business? Like,
Well, as of right now, we're going towards like trying to get vendors, trying to go to more events and pop-ups. But as of now, we do want to branch like outside of Canada for sure.
do you want to do in-store retail as well, or is just full online?
I think that's probably a conversation to have in a bit, but I know for now, like it's very Instagram based.
Yeah.
We know that we are very centered around ravers at the moment, so I know like for example, Boom Boom, like they promote themselves as like, of course, not only just for raving, but they're content is very like it's for everyone. Like it's for, you know, everyone on the streets, like just in general. I know like since we are ravers at the moment and we want to like really kind of tap into that that center, I feel like at this very moment we probably will be more Instagram based, website based, but the goal is, of course, hopefully, maybe one day we could have like a version of Candy's World, like add like a little thing, like, or just be part of the booths, like maybe on like festival grounds, similar to like Rave Essentials, like a kind of similar vibe.
So festival season is full on right now. So do you feel like a pressure of like raving and trying to promote your brand? Like, what keeps you motivated and passionate about both raving and then running the business?
We definitely communicate within our team. We're like, hey guys, because we want to have fun, of course, but we were like, hey, get the brand going. We're like each one, because even though we meet up together, we kind of have our own separate groups, which is totally chill. But we always try to like be like, hey guys, 5 minutes, just take pictures, take videos, like take her out. Like we have a shirt album, so we're always trying to like split the process up. But when it comes to festivals, we're always working together to just get content, because of course we're there for the content. So that's definitely a big thing that we do when we're on site. And we always try to, and since our sales, we always try to go like a week or two before to promote, and we're meeting with people on site, which has been actually, for SKP was actually our first time doing that, meeting people on site, and it was definitely a very interesting experience in a good way, because not only are we meeting like our consumers, but it's just kind of cool to see their reaction once they like get the product. They kind of like see it for the first time
and sniff it.
Sniff it. Like, oh,
getting
like
the
it?
live review.
Yeah, it gives you that extra motivation to push forward too, especially like as a like full on festival season. Once you got the feedback at Escapade, it's like, oh, we gotta do this for Vel too. We gotta do this for EI, and just it's a driving force. It's nice. For sure. It's nice.
And I tried meeting with you on the ground, which was a fun time.
It was definitely difficult because we don't even know like how to when we try to say, oh, we try to meet this spot, but then none of us show up, you know.
And I didn't know what you looked like during the time,
exactly,
so I was like,
imagine it's like sending a photo of yourself is like, I look like this.
I'm like this. But no, it was funny. I think it took us a day.
It took us it took us a day. I kind of messaged you on the first day midday, and then we tried to meet up the second day again. It was pretty difficult at Maddox because you said that they closed off.
Yeah,
right.
But then long line.
Well, it didn't really close up when I went out and then came back in to find you, but then you weren't there. So we tried to meet up at Seven Lions, and it was raining. It was kind of like weird. So it's like, oh, okay.
But it worked out.
But it worked out. Like we just met and then took a picture. We'll put a picture up, and then we just met, and then that was it.
Yeah. But no, it was great. But just meeting people on site just to kind of see like their reactions and yeah, it's just fun. I feel like we're like semi-working like you guys in a way, but also having fun at the same time. But there's always like a little ding in my head. I'm like, oh, this is like good for content. We should
this is work.
And I feel like it's easy. Like in that scene, it's like it's easy to just pull it out. Like there was some of our friends that went to like their first festival, so we're kind of like, oh, how you feel? Go try this. So it's a good opportunity anytime, like to bring it out. There's no awkward moments. Yeah, just it's easy to slide in.
Yeah.
So.
And like low key, it's like even when I'm meeting friends, I'm like, you want to try? He's like, okay, and they're like, oh my god, what is this? And then I'm just like, let me tell you a story. Like it's a great way to connect with people and strangers.
That's true because most people have something similar.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, try this.
Yeah.
I think it's easier to bring it up at a festival or like in that setting.
In terms of recording content, I know we kind of struggle with this. Like, is there like a fear behind making the content and trying to put yourself out there? And
I definitely have that fear. That's why like there's been a lot of things on my list that I'm supposed to be doing that I haven't done. So,
yeah, well, when we did our first video, the one that you guys saw at Jason Ross, that was definitely I was so
your
shy.
Heart was pounding.
I was like, what do I say? And I was asking James, I was like, can you do like the first half and I'll do the others? Like it was nerve-wracking, but at the end of the day we remember like everyone's just nice. Yeah. And they get a free item, so.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you're not dead, so.
Yeah,
so
not dead.
It's just hard. It's the social thing, right? It's just breaking past that barrier and getting out of your comfort zone. Because when we started the podcast, none of us are social media people. Yeah. But we realized, like, oh shit, we gotta do social media to like put ourselves out there and like talk to more people and like. It's on our end, it's a little bit harder just because like we're promoting a podcast, so like trying to talk to people at raves is kind of difficult. Whereas it's like, oh, hey, try this, and it's a product.
It's tangible,
You're
so
giving
you can be like,
Yeah.
hey.
It's like when people socialize with vapes. They're like, you want a vape?
Yeah,
It's like, oh, that
Yeah.
smells good.
Easy
Yeah.
segue. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
strawberry, raspberry. like, yeah.
It's also a very good crowd to start off with because of the whole plur things.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone.
People are approachable, which is really good.
That's
so.
why it's like a bit easier in that scene. If it's like just on the street, it's kind of just like, yeah, it's
You
similar.
want to inhale something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's similar to Vicks,
You,
I swear.
as I said, you know your market, and then from there,
Yeah.
Exactly, you
see
grow
where it
from
goes,
there, yeah.
So are there any plans to like expand like into another type of product? Because we talked about more flavors and maybe changing on the packaging. Yeah. And adding like,
Candy.
yeah.
Yeah. We've definitely gotten so many like people kind of telling us like, oh, you should do this and that, and like I'm also like learning new things about different things that people are doing that are interesting. So one of
Yeah.
them is like I think it's like probably menthol or something, but they use like dab it on your fan.
Oh, yeah.
Is it menthol? I'm not sure.
I mean,
I guess you can kind of, I don't know if you can dab
It's
that.
like
but
the oil, right?
Just
Yeah.
putting essential
so
oil. Yeah.
the Thailand one, you could rip it open and like.
I heard it was a Thai
Yeah.
a Thai one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like a
Poison.
little.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. But things like that, I know that's like a rave, like not even like a rave essential, but like something that people
make it
love.
easier.
I have an idea, and I would totally get it. So recently, like Asia, there's been a trend where people like their hand creams or like their sunscreen, they would like punch a hole on like one of their edges, and then they put a little like those phone keychains on
Okay.
it, and then they'll hook it onto like their purse or something. So you could probably like I don't know if you could find a way to like punch a hole here somewhere and have a hook, and then there'd be like a little cute like chain here.
You had a drill. I think-
Yeah. I was like, maybe I should like drill a hole at the top and like add a keychain or something.
Yeah, like that.
To, like,
and you hook
attach
it on.
to.
Yeah, you hook it onto a bag or something. Yeah, it's like very useful.
Okay,
Yeah.
there we go. We're getting inspo.
We'll get to it.
Or you can follow the Christine route and just double fist.
Oh,
Double nostril.
Yeah, then you're good for
Classic.
like half an hour to an hour.
I don't vape, so I'm constantly like this at raves. I don't vape, so yeah.
I think that was a great thing too. Another random feedback, but like we had people, of course, like people love this just to do during raves and like everything. But we had people come up saying like, oh, like they're trying to like stop vaping. They stop vaping or like to try to like ease that like whatever like what you guys said at the beginning. So we were like, okay, this is another great option to just like you know as a distraction or just
Kokyuu rehab.
and if you're sick.
In the end, it's all about
Yes,
the
we have-
sensation.
exactly.
Yeah, so it's good to promote
I'm
it.
pretty sick, so.
There we go. Yes.
How long does the scent last?
Oh, sorry.
I don't know an answer.
It's a good like so for the menthol it does last longer because it's the strongest part of it. But from when we were testing it, I think it came like the actual flavor was like 2 to 3 months. But after that, it was still faint. It was a little bit there, but the menthol was more enhanced than the actual scent. Yeah.
What's the oldest stick you guys have?
Oh my god, I still have mine, and I think it was from Excision.
I have one from like almost 1 year ago
How's
because
that?
it was like I think we James made it like for fun like way back
Yeah.
just to try it out and it worked out. But
The first time.
yeah, the first time I think that was
Oh.
actually that one was like I don't know, it was a fruity one.
Is it still light, moderate, light?
It became like I think when he made it was like probably like strong to moderate. Now it's just light, but it
Okay.
still works, which is
Okay.
great.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it seems like the shelf life it's there. It definitely won't like reduce over like a year. I would say definitely can last more. But yeah, no, I would definitely say the shelf life could definitely last quite long. Technically TBD because it hasn't existed as long.
Yeah.
But I still have that one, so I take a little sniff once a month just to see where it's at.
Yeah.
But I would definitely say 1 year plus because
Yeah.
I had mine for a year, definitely more.
When was Excision? When we first
March.
That was March. Okay, yeah. So when I had mine, it still it still smells like there's like a small hint of apples, but the menthol's still there.
Yeah, but also that was technically our test batch.
Yeah, that was our
So
test batch.
I think definitely if our product right like today would definitely be a lot longer for sure.
I do trust that. So how's your quality assurance like to make sure like each batch is like light, moderate, strong?
There was a lot of trial and error
Yeah.
with that one. Like there was just a lot of sniffing one night.
Yeah, like you
is
know in
this
the best way
strong?
possible.
Yeah.
Sniffing the
In a
inhaler
controlled
sticks.
environment.
Uncontrolled
right?
environment, yeah. It's funny because like we said everything's like homemade. So we actually it seemed like we had a whole science lab set up. So it's like we were sniffing. James was making everything, but now we have a system of like okay like if it's light, we're gonna put this much of menthol. If it's moderate, we're gonna put this much.
We
of
have
menthol.
measurements.
Measurements,
Like very
exactly.
precise measurements.
So there's
Exactly.
another person on the team, right?
We have 2 other
Oh,
individuals.
2
yeah.
other. Okay.
Yeah.
What are they responsible
Oh,
for?
so James, he's like he handles all like the products.
CEO.
Yeah, CEO. He creates the
Yeah.
physical product itself.
Yeah, and
So-
then there's Matthew. He does like all the video production and
Oh,
editing.
okay.
Yeah.
And then there's.
Us
Oh, it's
two.
just
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
okay.
So 4 of us total. Yeah.
Because he said 2 more. I was like 2 more on top of James. No,
Oh, sorry.
no.
2. Yeah, on top of us.
Okay.
I have a question. What does that lab room smell like?
Candles.
Mental. Like everything.
Okay.
But yeah.
So how do you explain it to the security if they ask you what is it? Especially like how some securities can be a little bit like difficult when the product is not sealed and not everything. Like how do you explain it?
I think it only happened once, and I just said, "Oh, it's a menthol stick. Want to try it?" Like to make it show him that like, oh,
Yeah,
it's
it's
safe.
legal.
It's not anything weird. I promise.
I think the funniest thing was that James Escapade, since we had so many orders and it was easier to meet on the grounds, he actually had like 6 of these in his bag of like 4, 2, 1, and then I was telling him, I'm like, oh, like maybe give it to someone, like to other people around you, and I think he just literally ended up bringing everything. And I remember when I saw him, he was like with a client or a customer, he was digging through his bag, taking out 5, 6, looking at initials. I'm like, you brought this all in? He's like, yeah. I was like, okay. Yeah.
It goes back to our rule: if security gives you a hard time, just go to another line.
No, like, literally. Like, luckily.
It's also like suspicious when you have like so many
Yeah,
things.
that's true. Especially like if you have like as a James
Yeah.
had like that many. It's all like, why do you need this many?
For sure. And luckily for me, like I personally never have been flagged for like a little stick, but honestly, they can read it. It's like it's a menthol stick. It's nothing illegal, but I think I like to do the same thing. I'm like, do you want to try it? Like it's chill. Like yeah.
Keep it friendly.
Exactly.
They get taken back. They're like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, oh, okay, maybe it is. Like it's like you're gaslighting them, but not really.
So, we have our last segment, right? For hot takes and discussions. So, first one, are you ready?
Yes.
This is a Yeekern question.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
so like you heard of Poison, right? Which is the one that has 2 functionality. One is the essential oil part, and the other one is the sniffling part. And then there's another invention from Thailand. It's called the Yadom, which it comes in a tube, which I have one right here.
This is a special one,
This
Hey.
this is a tub of like just all mints and menthol inside it, and you practically open. It's kind of a little bit safer because it doesn't actually go up your nose. It just puts on your nose, and that's it, right?
Do you want to hand it over?
Sure.
Usually, there's a green one. That's the
Yeah,
original.
the green one is the original one. This is like a stronger flavor, stronger menthol
It's all
flavor.
herbs in there.
Yeah.
Looks serious.
Much harder to explain to security.
Is it
Yeah.
just a sponge? Like,
It's
Like
just
a
a
mesh
it's a
thing.
mesh sponge.
Oh, so the
Wait,
the
there's
product
herbs
is
in
like
there,
Yeah, the
yeah.
product
Is it just
underneath.
herbs or is it
Yeah.
like wet?
Herbs.
Oh,
I mean, they might
wow.
have soaked it, but it's all
Wow.
herbs inside.
Interesting.
So also all natural. Also.
Yeah. I'm smelling it because I'm sick.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's a little bit more hygienic because like
You're
how
not-
we kind of explain it is like when you put something up your nose, it kind of
thank you.
bypasses the nose hair, the natural filtering system is. So like, maybe it can be an inspiration to you to like, make something
We
that's
love
not
these.
just
Yeah.
going straight up.
For sure. I think that's the one big thing too. I know, like in regards to hygiene,
Yeah.
just in general,
Yeah.
like at
Yeah.
raves, like I feel like sometimes it doesn't exist at some point.
Yeah.
We
You know
have
what
all
I mean?
these restrictions in real life, like like East Asian families. We have like one dish, and there's like a
Communal chopstick.
community chopsticks. But we're at raves, like this goes in everybody's nostrils, and like
Well, we call communal water. What's
Yeah.
like?
Yeah.
I would say
Slobbing-
communal water is probably worse than
the
this.
slobbing of saliva over the. Over the like mouthpiece for the water packs, and then it's like here, and you're
there
just like,
was-
I'll just
Yeah.
drink
There was
it.
one time someone thought it was a vape and put it in
Oh
their
my
mouth.
God.
I'm like, no.
The amount of
Oh,
times
no.
I've gotten a lot of like
Yeah.
chops, and I'm like, no,
No,
like,
please.
So what's right?
Yeah.
Bite
Yeah,
it.
I mean that's probably why like the design matters, right? Because so you kind of want to make it like Vicks so that people can
Yeah,
associate
you won't
it
eat
with
this.
Vicks.
So
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
it'll be like
It's more of a question, like, what is that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And
They have a
the way
humongous-
how it spark up conversation using that is that I'm with like the group here, and I would start with me, and then I would just pass it to dad, and then I'll pass it to dad, and then somebody would just look at it like, what is that? And then you just point it like that, right?
Not gonna
You
lie,
point,
so DJ.
Yeah.
So DJ.
yeah, and then you just point it like that, and then they were like, you want to try it? And then like, okay, and then next thing you know, they get introduced to that kind of thing, right? So it's pretty similar to how you guys do it in your sense of promoting through different crowds. So that's why the whole EDM community is good to promote all these things, because like you say, communal water, the lip balm gets shared everywhere, the gums gets the gum doesn't get shared, but hopefully not.
You're all looking after each other in the sense of that, right? Like this is another way, like just helps refreshing people up while you're at a rave.
But definitely hygiene is a big one, of course. You want to be as hygienic as possible. But this is a great like inspiration of just trying to find other ways to, be more hygienic. I would say it's kind of bulky, so it is. But at the same time, it is quite hygienic.
Yeah,
so
it is kind of bulky.
There's a video out there that has the world's largest
Yadam
Yadam store.
Yeah,
I think we'll find it from the video. It is like
it is this size.
So you're holding it like this.
Yeah. It's like a
It's like-
creatine.
Wow.
Yeah.
it's like a
Big
playoff
jar.
of that world's large, like that one video that gone viral. Some guy has like a giant vape that's like he's holding it and he's
really?
vaping. It's like a tube vape and he's like doing
Stop.
that. Yeah,
Oh my
it's pretty funny.
All right.
So the second one's like a more of a general question.
Yeah.
So like, as you guys have the product, we all have future. There's life planning that we should be doing, but there's also a festival of life planning that we all do.
What's
So-
Your
life
lists.
planning?
Exactly. What's life planning? Yeah, essentially festival life. It is planning, but
I plan my life around festivals.
Yo,
seriously.
essentially that's how I think everyone in this room can probably say that at this
sure.
point.
I travel for raves, and
yeah,
that's how
for
I visit
sure.
different countries.
But-
Is there a festival there?
But
Yeah.
you barely see the
Yeah.
city in daylight,
yeah.
or you don't see the city at all. You're just at the festival grounds. Yeah.
So yeah, like as of right now, like obviously you want to promote the product in Canada, but how do you guys define even just personal? I guess for like everyone, what festivals you want to attend? Because like in my head, I already know what I want to go to next year, but at the same time, you have friends who influence decisions too, saying Terminal 5 or Tomorrowland.
We all looking at you, Benny.
Yeah, well, like you just see a message a month later, Terminal 5. What?
If a poster comes out, I'll send it immediately.
Yeah, he's like, yo, and I'm like, oh, not another one. Yeah.
So yeah, this I guess we'll start with you,
Yeah.
Lilian, if you want.
I think the funniest thing is that I am probably Benny. Like, I'm probably the one setting people like, hey, this.
down?
So do you have your like 2025 plan of what you're thinking about going to
Oh, of
already?
course, yeah.
You want to share it?
For sure. I definitely, I've done a lot of the locals, which is great. I've done Ultra EDC. I think all the big
Let's
ones.
start with the rest of 2024, and then going into
okay.
2025.
We'll go around the table.
Yeah.
What we're gonna-
Of course. So far this year I've done Ultra. I did Escapade, and then the locals Valve.
Oh, I bumped into you in Miami at one of the afters.
The bathroom out of
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah.
Which is the funniest thing because I didn't know you were going, so I feel like
yeah.
I bump into random like people I know
From Toronto, yeah.
randomly. But yeah, Veld of course. Icelandic I actually never been to, which is
Oh,
funny.
okay.
So that's a great one. And then my first European one at Mysteryland. So
When's
that's my
that?
schedule. Sorry.
When's Mysteryland?
Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day weekend.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But yeah, that's my year. Next year, I do actually want to go more into. I do want to travel, so that's why I'm going to rave and travel. So I think my group definitely thinking about EDC Mexico because it's only 185 USD for 3 days, which is kind of insane, and you get the same stages minus 1 or 2. So that's a big one for us, and we're going to probably stay. We're going to stay after to actually explore.
tour, yeah.
So definitely 2 in 1. What was another one? I think I wanted to check. I want to go to Ember Shores for the first time. I think that's a good one. But I know I do want to.
They're moving Ember Shores
I heard.
to the
Oh,
Paradise
really?
to the Paradise Blue weekend.
Okay. Oh,
And
so
then
we
they're yeeting Paradise Blue to some other weekend or another place. Yeah.
Ooh, we love that.
So Illenium outbid like Excision.
Insane.
Yeah.
I did not
At the
know
same-
that.
So Ember Shores
resort.
is gonna be end of April now.
Wow.
Yeah, so not
really?
December, yeah.
That's confirmed. Oh my
Yeah,
god, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Do
there
you
we
know-
go.
Do you know that they announced EDC Thailand?
Yes.
Are you going?
Well, maybe in a couple years from now, I can go to Thailand and
I
go
thought
to
I'm gonna
USC.
see you next year. What are you talking about?
Oh my god.
This is how they get you.
This is how they
That's
get
how they
you.
get you.
I know.
Are you
If
planning
you go,
to do
I go.
Vegas?
Yeah. We have a famous saying: if you go, I go. So just
That's literally my group. It's like, who's gonna press buy now? Who's gonna buy my
well,
ticket?
this is the thing. So like, well, I guess we'll go to you, Jasmine. And since you're still like toddler raver is what we'll call it.
I mean, I'm definitely a crowd follower, so
Yeah.
I went to Escapade. I'm gonna go to Vel. Well, I've been wanting to go to Vel because the lineup was like my starter pack. I was like, I want to go.
Yeah.
My plan is EDC for next year. That's gonna be like my first
You'll like it.
rave
But
outside of Canada.
That's
so.
honestly one
But
of
the
the
crowd's
best ones
super
to go to
basic
for
because
that.
there's a lot of like.
Listen
club
to our
chasers.
EDC episode.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Sure.
Are you also going to Vegas? EDC Vegas?
No, I've done Vegas 3 times already,
Yeah.
and like to be honest, like I love it, but I need to chill. Like it's a lot
Yeah,
of
because
money.
it's 3 weeks after like
Yeah.
the new Ember Shores time.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
also like it's a lot, like especially when like I've been only going for the weekend for the last couple years, which is totally chill. But I'm like the amount of money I've spent, it's so great. But I love it though.
That's
but I'll
literally
definitely
the
run it.
conversation like everyone's
Yeah.
had this year. It's
Each
just
festival.
like
For
it's
sure.
like, but like ever since the pandemic, everything's gone up. Like I've gone to
Oh, yeah.
EDC 3 times now.
No. 3 and 4 for me. Yeah.
3
or
times
4.
now, and like literally, like you just look at the cost, and it's like almost like $1,000 more. And
Each
you're
of
like,
these-
I could go to and this is where my plan of
Yeah.
just going on a Europe trip. I'm like, I can go to Europe for this and experience something new.
Exactly.
But-
Each. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I think it comes back to is like each person's different. Like some are influenced by friends. Like I know
sure.
for
I
you,
am,
for,
yeah.
for sure, Jasmine, since
Yeah.
you're getting new into it, it's definitely like, oh, my friends want to go here, so I guess I'll go with them.
I can tell you for sure. I only send American festivals at the moment, and each festival I spend around $2,000 to $3,000.
Makes sense.
And I go to like lately I've been going to like 8 or 10 or something. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's,
but they're fun.
Love
They're
it.
fun.
Yeah.
it's actually
Yeah, but I definitely see cost as like a big option. So I totally agree. I think I've progressed now in a more like I'm gonna travel and find a rave there, or travel while there's a rave there. I think that's more of my kind of outlook for the
Travel
rest of my.
around the rave.
Travel around the
Exactly.
rave is our saying. Travel
Exactly.
around the rave.
So
yeah.
that's my view for I guess the rest of my festival life for sure.
Yeah, it's because it's good, and like, you get to see the city, and then you get to meet the people of the city
Of course.
at the rave.
Yes,
You know?
new experiences.
I do want to go to Electric Forest though. Was
looks
that
so
your
It was
nice.
yeah.
Have
it was
you
on
ever
my
done a
list.
camping festival?
Sorry?
Have you ever done
No,
a camping
she's
festival?
new. She's
No.
toddler.
Oh, so
Yeah.
oh right, yeah. So it's
It's a plan. I want to try Electric Forest.
Yeah.
Forest was on my list for many years, and this year I just happened to like meet the right group of friends. I'm like I had a good time with them at Ultra, and I knew them some months before that, and yeah, it worked out really well because we were glamping as well. I think if we were traumatized in GA camping, I think it wouldn't have gone as well. It was because we had an elevated experience for the festival, and the festival grounds was literally our backyard. So for VIP you would get like happy hours every single day, 2 hours, two to
love
3
that.
free drinks. We would like be not ready, and we would walk in slippers, and we would just go drink. It was like the main stage bar, and then we'd finish, and then we walk back in to get ready and take a shower or something.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Nice.
Camping festivals are another animal. That's what we talked
Yeah.
about in our camping episode. We talked about too.
I'm going to my first camping festival at Tomorrowland.
It's not
Ooh.
legit
Oh,
camping.
It's not legit camping, but
legit.
it's
That's
still.
also glamping. I
Yeah.
heard it's better than Forest.
Yeah.
I do want to try
yeah.
Shambhala one day too.
Yes.
Like, I
That's
think
on
it's
my bucket
similar.
list.
I think
Yeah,
it's like similar vibes probably.
Yeah, end of
It's
July.
it's literally Electric Forest of Canada, but it's considered the best festival in Canada.
Really?
A lot of
Oh,
people
I
don't
heard,
know.
I heard.
They actually PK Sound, one of the sound vendors
Yeah.
for a lot of the festivals, like Excision Squared, right? They do all their testing at Shambhala.
That's
Oh.
insane.
At the different stages. That's why their stages are like legendary for sound.
Oh
is
my
what
god.
it is,
Okay, well
yeah.
there you go. Then I add that to my list next
As
year.
you just hear new info and you're just like, damn, I want to go now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so for you, I would recommend Ultra EDC.
Mm-hmm.
Are you're not a bass head yet, but if you're doing bass
I'm getting
head,
there. I'm
Lost
only-
Land.
Lands.
I'm glamping for Lost Lands as well. Are you
Oh.
going back this year?
Not this year, but I will go again definitely soon.
Yeah.
At some point.
It's
I know
it's
like
one of those things. I've gone twice, and it's like, it's a great experience, but I'm like, I want to experience
I know.
something new.
Because it's just
It's-
bass
I'm at that
mostly.
phase
yeah.
right now where I'm like, I just
For
want to
sure.
go
For
somewhere
me,
new.
For me, I went to my first Lost Lands, and I've said this in other episodes. They were. I was like, this is my favorite festival right now, and all my friends are like, you haven't been to Forest. And so I went to Forest, and I'm like, yeah, they're neck to neck. In terms of what Forest is losing is the production,
I
because
see,
their
yeah.
stages are just, yeah.
yeah.
See, for me, the problem I had with Forest, so I went Forest last year for the one. I'm too EDM focused, so like I didn't like it when they had like a mixed lineup of other stuff like jam bands and stuff. Like, but last
We
year
had Ludacris.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
and I heard Nelly
And
Furtado.
Nelly.
I heard Nelly Furtado killed it. So,
She sang
Yeah.
Where You Are, apparently. I wasn't
Ooh,
there.
yeah,
okay.
I heard she killed it. So like I would have gone to Nelly
Yeah,
Furtado
yeah,
for sure, and maybe Ludacris.
She's Canadian, I think.
But
She
like,
is,
yeah.
I think last year had a big EDM lineup, so like I took my first forest plunge, and my one thing about the festival is that like I'm too set focused. Where this is where EDC is kind of nice, where it's just I just jump from stage to stage to stage, and I don't really like. I've gone to 3 EDCs, and I've never even seen downtown EDC.
Really?
you
I've
don't really
never
God.
gone. I just go from one stage to the next,
Yeah,
and just like
you're
that's
just
my.
like,
So like for
yeah.
me, the forest experience, I made time for the scavenger hunt. I made time
Yeah.
for that, but like it was just a different experience. But that's not the experience I look for. Someone heavily into the music.
For sure.
So yeah, it's but it's definitely for someone like it's definitely a vibe.
It
It's
also,
definitely
yeah.
a good vibe.
It also rains at least once a year, and this year was a particular bad year for the rain, because it rained like 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but anyways, I do recommend Forest. But
Love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
yeah. So
I think
Anyone
that's
else want to
everything.
chime in on festival stuff?
Well, I'm also same with him.
Or
The only
join
reason,
up.
yeah, well, hold on, yeah. For EDC, like I also like to jump stage to stage. The only reason how I visited downtown EDC was because one of the meetup point was there. If the meetup point wasn't there, I'm not there. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have seen what downtown EDC is, but they changed it this year.
Yeah. I think that's what happened to my first EDC. Like we were so focused on catching all the artists that my group forgot to kind of actually explore downtown EDC. So the next year when we went with our bigger group, we were like, you know what? I think I was at that point where I'm like, I think I've seen almost everyone I needed to. So now I'm just like, let me just explore. And there's actually some crazy things that goes on that you don't really realize until you actually go. So
Yeah, that's true.
definitely happy to explore, but of course the music is important.
Just so many people there now.
I think-
Yeah,
It makes
it's
it so
crazy.
hard.
I think Jasmine, you've only experienced Canadian festivals. If you go to bigger like European or like even the States, you're literally trauma bonding at every festival. You're finding meetup spots, or somebody's like down. There's one guy down, and you're like having to take care of them and then drag them around to festivals. Like, or some people can't get in. It's literally a trauma bonding
Yeah,
experience.
I have to experience like more overwhelming experiences like that.
Yeah,
You,
like
you will have that, don't worry.
You will have that, yeah. As long as you go with the good, I said the way you're doing it with friends, that's the best way to do it.
You need a good
Welcome
crowd.
to the
It's so
club. All I'm
important.
gonna say is
Yeah.
welcome to the club.
Do you like raving with big groups or small groups? Small groups, less than 5 people. Big groups, anything more than that.
Oh, we break off from my
Yeah,
groups.
because our group is pretty big already from like I guess the ones I've went to already, and we do like
You break off.
we break off a bit. Like people go do side quests, people
Yeah.
want to go to this stage, that stage. So at the end, like we always meet up. I don't know if it's the same for any other like bigger festivals, but at the end of the day, like we always meet up to get like the last song together. or
I
the
think
last
yeah.
I think a common rookie mistake is when you're like, you feel so like you want to see this DJ, but the whole group wants to see another DJ, and you feel so angry and stuck. Like, just do your side quests. Like
Yeah.
But at
nowadays,
the same time, there's also the nervous factor. Like
Yeah.
trying to do that EDC,
Yeah.
but especially if it's like your
Oh,
first
yeah.
festival, could be overwhelming. Being
That's
alone
a
at
big
EDC, and especially like if you're not like, I know a lot of people aren't very good at finding their way back home, especially with the
Yeah.
shuttles. So they will not leave the group at all.
especially when you're on vitamins and stuff. So
Yeah.
like when you're on vitamins, you try and you won't leave. Like personally, I wouldn't recommend leaving the group. But if you're like you can navigate your way, then I wouldn't leave the group.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For Escapade, for Noctu, me and my boyfriend wanted to stay for Noctu, but they all went to go see Shaq.
But you have your boyfriend. So
Yeah, I
like,
had my boyfriend, and
Yeah.
I was just like, yo, I kind of want to sit on the hill right now.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
like, I want to go. It's okay, we can go. I'm like, it's okay, you can stay, because I know he really likes Noctu.
Yeah.
But I guess wherever they want to stay, it's pretty chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are smaller festivals. You have to like
Yeah.
see the bigger
The big
scales.
ones are like, yeah, I know I'd have to mentally prepare for them.
Yeah, once you step foot into the big festival, it's very overwhelming. Like you just see so
Many
many
live-
people.
and
Holy
live.
So
shit!
many
So
people.
with EDC, we always like warn people because if you walk in from the bleachers, it's just like the whole EDC,
It's just
and
there.
they're flashing lights from 10 stages.
Yeah, rave anxiety is the thing that a lot of
Yes.
people deal with, right? So it can be overwhelming
Yeah.
for a lot.
The videos I see of EDC, I was like, oh gosh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
gotta
Videos
prepare.
doesn't do it justice when you
I
see it in your
know,
naked
like,
eye.
even
You're
from
in
that,
the
it's
thick
just
of
like,
it,
what the
and you see like the 60,000 people at like Circuit Ground Kinetic, and you're like,
You're
oh
like,
my god.
Yeah, this is big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I think that's everything. Does anyone else have anything else to add?
any final thoughts? We'll drop your handles down there.
Yes, well, follow us at Kokyuu Shop on Instagram. You can shop for all of our products on kokyushop.com. And yeah, we hope to see you guys on the ground with our Kokyuu stick. But if not, you can try to find us, and we'll give you guys a little tester. And
Make them find you.
Yes, we'll be having a lot of pop-up events at future EDM events and APs and stuff. So we'll be around.
Where is the next one we can find you, aside from Veld?
Our next one in July.
July 25th. Place is TBD.
But we have some events with What Are You Doing Tonight, Toronto. So we have a couple events with them soon. We will be connecting with the Just Stream AP for Veld. We'll
Just
be
streaming
there.
at the Langkang.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
we'll be there. That's actually going to be our first couple, what do you call it? Like
Booths,
venues, yeah.
Meet and greet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll be selling our products, showing them
see
off, and
us.
having some giveaways. So yeah, we'll hope to see you guys there.
Well, thank you.
Yay.
Great. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode. If you enjoyed this episode and wanted to support us, please share it with a fellow raver, like and subscribe. It would mean the world to us if you did so. It helps us grow. This podcast is an audience-funded podcast. So if you want to go above and beyond and support the channel, we do have a PayPal link in the description. If you guys are looking for a new pair of headphones or earplugs, we do have 10% off code with Sound. So that's in the description. Other than that,
We'll see you next week. Or listen.
see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.